Alright, listen up. A bad YouTube video is better than no YouTube video. 10 push-ups is better than no push-ups. 1 meal a day is better than no meals a day. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. And that's okay. So, here we go. We're trying, but we're not trying that hard. 2 box cake mix. Follow the instructions and turn the oven on to the required temperature. You don't have all your stuff, so start looking for all your stuff. And don't forget to edit this part out later. Once you're finished crawling around on the floor, let's begin. Get your pans! You are going to spray them, like so. Then you're going to take a handful of flour and drop it in one. And then you're just going to give it a shimmy shake all around the pan to coat the bottom and the sides so our batter doesn't stick. Tappa tappa, tappa tappa. Ta-da! And repeat. I don't know what size these cake pans are, but they're what's in the cupboard and I thought they would be good, so I used them. Put your leftover flour in a container because we're going to need to do this again later. Put those aside. Read your box. Got it. Got it. Okay. 2 cake mixes into the bowl. And the other one as well. I think this one is French vanilla. That's what I had in the cupboard. Alright. Now we're doing 2 boxes. We need 6 eggs. And a 1. And a 2. 3. 4. 5. Without the shell. 6. There we go. 6 eggs. Put those away. Water. 2 cups of it. 1. Close enough. 2. Oil. Now, if you don't know what 2/3 and 2/3 of a cup are, it's okay. Just don't be a hero. Just measure it out twice. I will not judge you for that. I'm wearing a onesie with bright blue eyeshadow. I'm not going to judge you. There we go. Now we get our mixture thingy. You can also stir this together by hand if you don't have one of these mixer-upper things. It's okay. And mix. Get a spatula, scrape down the sides where it's all not going into the bowl like it's supposed to. There we go. Perfect. Incorporate it together. Mix and mix and mix and. Make sure that's all one. Scrape down the sides again if needed. Alrighty. It's done. Get your 2 floured cake pans. Get yourself a Loch Ness ladle because it's very important to have that. And get yourself another bowl. And here's why. We can't add the sprinkles to all of the batter at the same time because they will start to melt instantly when they hit the batter. So, because I'm doing 2 batches, because I don't have 4 pans, I am going to mix half the batter with the sprinkles, bake it, and then do that again. So, divide your batter in half. Best you can. It's not rocket science. It's not gonna like blow up or anything. Sprinkles. How many sprinkles do you add? I don't know. Ta-da! About that many. That looks great. Put those aside, grab your spatula, and give them a mixy mix. Now these start melting instantly, so put them right in your pans. And divide it up, as usual, as best you can. It's okay if it's not perfect. Take a look. Are they even? Do they need a little more to even out? Just a little bit more. That's fine. Give a little tappa on the table to get out the bigger air bubbles. And put them in the oven for the allotted time that's described on the back of the box. Alright. We wait. Read the box again. Take them out! Take a toothpick or skewer and stick it in the middle. If it comes out clean, we're good. Not quite. Some put it in the back of the oven for another minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna pop this one out. I know I should wait until it's cool, but I'm impatient. So I'm gonna go around the edge. Put the grill on top and flip. And if you've buttered and floured your cake pan properly, they should not stick. And I'm gonna scrape out the crumbs out of that one because I need to use it again. Spray. Flour. And flip. I wouldn't recommend picking them up when they're really hot because they will fall apart really easily. Get your other one out and repeat the process. Separate from the sides. Flip. Pray. Yay. And flip it back over. Cool that off a little bit so you can handle it. Just use an oven mitt. Spray. Flour. Shaky, shaky, shaky all around. There we go. We're ready for phase 2. Add sprinkles to your batter. Give it a stir with that spatula. Mahahaha. And into the pans they go. Divide best you can. Tappa tappa, tappa tappa. It's a little warm. And back into the oven for another 25 minutes. It's been a long isolation. Test. Clean. Test. Alright, now we need to make a base to put our cake on because I didn't buy a cake board because I was too cheap. So I'm going to take this out of the pan, like so. I'm going to take my pan and put it on the cardboard. And I'm going to trace it. Still a little warm, use a glove. I'm going to trace it like so. And I'm going to trace it again like so. I'm going to make a double layer to make it more sturdy. And cut them out. I could have done this while it was baking, but I didn't think of it. Oh well. We're doing it now. Put that aside. Cardboard has ridges in it, and you can feel them or you can actually see them. So put them one going one way and the top one going the other, so it'll have more structural support for your cake. Tape them together. Get a little saran wrap. Or tin foil, I don't really care what you use. And I'm just going to cover it so it's, I won't be having my cake on the cardboard and won't get soggy and wet. Tape it in place. I put 2 layers because I tend to rip things. I got the frosting from the store. I'm going to open that up. Take your tin foil cover off. And I'm going to put it on top so my cake is elevated. Now I need to even out these cake. Take the dome off as best you can. Nobody's judging you. No one cares. A crooked cake is better than no cake. So just take that and put it in your scrap bowl. You can eat those later. And now cut the tops off the other 2 cakes. Wait a minute, don't you have 4 cakes? Yeah, I made 4 cakes, and guess what? I'm keeping one for myself. There is nothing wrong with that. I deserve cake too. You can also eat the scraps if you like. I gave mine to the crows. Now, using an offset spatula. If you don't have an offset spatula, use a butter knife. Use a spatula. I don't care what you use, and neither does your cake. Take a little bit of your frosting and put it on the bottom, and that's going to keep your cake from kind of sliding off your base. If your frosting is not smooth enough to spread, put it in the microwave for only about 10 seconds. But make sure that aluminum peel cover lid is completely off, or something bad will happen to you and your microwave. Just trust me on this. Alright, a little smoother, a little easier to spread. Put on that first layer of frosting. Smush it on. There we go. A little bit more just to even it up. Alright, and then the next layer. And I flipped this over because I thought it would make the top smoother, even though I still put the other one on top, but whatever. And then frost that layer as well. I'm not going to bother with a crumb coat because I'm just going to cover the whole thing in sprinkles. I only used 2 of those cans for this entire cake. The top one goes on. Close enough. And then I start spreading it around, and I realize this top layer is just too warm to frost. So I have to leave it for 10 minutes to come down to room temperature, or else my frosting is going to slide right off it. And we're back, and frost that cake. This is like 1,000 times speed. Just keep turning and just frost the cake with the rest of your frosting. We're not trying to win a prize here, we're just trying to make a sprinkle cake. Alright, now, we need a base to hold the sprinkles that are going to fall. So I thought the frying pan would be a good idea. I could put it in, and when I dropped the sprinkles and they fell down the sides, the pan would catch them. And then I realized that the pan was too small. That wasn't going to work, so I looked for something else. The baking pan, that didn't work. So I found this plastic tub in my craft room. If you do not have a tub this size, you can use a cardboard box and just put like some saran wrap in the bottom to pick up your sprinkles later, so you don't have to throw them out. And then I realized that the bottom of the corner of the box is broken, so I had to tape that up because I was getting sprinkles all over me and the floor. And then start applying your sprinkles liberally. All over. Everywhere. If you can see frosting, you need more sprinkles. And I just kept picking up sprinkles and just throwing them at the cake. I know some people will like roll the whole cake in sprinkles, but I do not have that many sprinkles to roll the cake in sprinkles. So just keep grabbing and tossing and grabbing and tossing, and you will eventually get it. This probably took me about 5 minutes, but I mean, I'm in quarantine, I'm not going anywhere. Final cake display thing. I'm going to scrape out a little bit of frosting you have, and you're going to put a little bit down. That's going to stick your cake board to your stand, to your tray or whatever, so your whole cake doesn't slide off. Plop it down, and you're done, motherfuckers. Cake. Sprinkle cake. Oh, look, I missed right there at the bottom left. Ah, dang it. Oh well. It's not completely covered. It's not completely perfect. But hot damn, this tasted pretty freaking good. And just look at it, it makes you happy. What kind of sprinkles did I use? I used garbage sprinkles. I used whatever sprinkles I had that I could find. I have like 4 different types of sprinkles in here. Just whatever. There you go. A basic box sprinkle cake mix, and damn, it was really good. So, if you're bored, if you got a birthday coming up, and if you want something to do, make yourself a cake, because you're worth it. Take care. See ya.